is the Smart Money Show. Joining us in the studio, we have Ingrid from Cavmont Bank. Good morning.
Good morning, Chalwe. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday indeed. As I look out the window to get confirmation that it's a happy Monday.
Oh, okay. Why is that? Does the window tell the story?
I'm a bit confused.
You are?
Yes,
Okay.
because it's like the sun wants to come out. And it's kind of cool at the same time. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one would be happier for you?
The cool, of course.
Okay.
The cool.
All right.
The clouds, yes. The clouds would be
Definitely.
better for me.
All right, it is a beautiful morning, and you're tuned into Radio Christian Voice, your number one FM. And you can obviously send us messages. You know, our WhatsApp line 0960200490. Obviously, we always talk about wonderful things on the Smart Money Show. I almost called you Chill.
It's fine. It's all Cavmont.
Yes, so do tell, what are we looking at today? And let's get into the meat of the matter.
Right away.
Yeah.
Right.
Today, we're continuing with our mortgage theme.
Okay.
That we've been talking about. So today we're actually going to talk about lessons that we need to know when we're buying a new home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Buying,
what do we need to
we
know?
need to know so many things.
Okay.
Don't just get up and say, I've
going
seen
to
a
buy a
house,
house.
I've seen a house and I'm buying it, without
Alright.
doing some background search.
Okay.
So buying a new home can simultaneously be one of the most exciting things that you can do.
Okay.
And at the same time, it can be very stressful. Okay, so when you're buying a home, it's also a complicated process of going from browsing real estate listings or to putting in an offer on a house. And so along the way, what will happen is that you will learn some very important lessons. And the first thing that you need to know is that you need to inspect the home
Okay.
before you actually make the offer.
Right.
So one of the things that you learn from inspecting the home is you need to look at the roof. Okay, the roof of the house, yes.
Okay.
How old is the roof? What condition is it in? Watch for signs of animal waste on the upper balconies or ledges near the roof.
Yeah.
This could be a giveaway that somebody else lives in your house. It could be droppings of a rat or something like that. And also look at the ceiling. An owl, yes, yeah. A woo, as my sisters would say, And and also look at the ceiling. If you're lucky, you're shopping during the rainy season, you'll know from the maps on the ceiling that there's something needs to be worked on. There's a leakage somewhere, so that needs to be worked on. So look at the roof. That's number one. Number two, how old is the geyser and the aircon? Okay.
This is good stuff, though. We talk about balconies. Cholo, do you even know a house with a balcony? And now we're talking about aircon.
Yes, I just know the fan, the ceiling fan. Yeah. So look at the geyser. Ask the person you're buying from how old the geyser is.
Does it work even?
Does it work? I mean, I've spoken previously about how I've lived in all these houses, where when I'm actually looking for a house to rent, one of the things that's very specific for me is, does the geyser work?
Right.
Okay, yeah. And if it does, how long has it been there, and do they think it's going to continue working for some time? Because normally you find that when you just move in, next thing you know is it stops working, and you're boiling water and risking burning everybody in the house as you move around with pots of boiling water to get your warm bath.
Right.
So find out how long the geyser has been in, because also that will tell you when you might need to replace it after you've bought the home. And that, of course, will then add on to the purchase price of your home, which will come after you've paid the actual purchase price when you're buying it. So find out how long it's been there, and also how long the aircon has been there as well, if there's one, that is. If there isn't an aircon, good for you. Number three, a basement. Of course, most houses in Zambia do not have basements. But if you're buying in countries where there is a basement, find out like be diligent when you're inspecting the home. See if it looks like there's some quick patchwork which has been done. Okay, because that could mean that maybe they are hiding signs of water damage.
Okay.
So they've quickly like made repairs on a wall, so that you can't see the stains from the water which is seeping through.
Right.
And that's even it doesn't even have to be a basement actually. I lived in a house in my past where in my bedroom it was a self-contained room, but in my room there was this section of the wall which was closer to the bathroom which had this interesting artwork in the wall because of the water coming through. Yeah, so there was bubbling happening to the paint and that kind of thing.
I've seen that in actually one of the homes here in Zambia.
Yes,
one of my friends.
Yes,
got a new house a couple of maybe a few years later.
Yes,
you could see just where the bathroom is in the living room.
Yes, that there's leakage happening there because maybe the sealant hasn't been put in properly. And if it's in the bedroom, you find that you even have damp clothes, in the wardrobe because the water's coming through. So check for those things, ask for that. And then also, and this one is very, very important, termites.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Termites, you need to really, really ask about that and check actually if there's any wooden furnishings or wooden cupboards. Just check the condition of those because that is a sure sign where it's an easy place where you can actually see
You can tell
that if the termites have been treated properly when the house was being built or they haven't. So you need to check for those things. So check for the roof when you're doing your inspection, the geyser, the basement, water leakages, and the termites.
Okay.
Right.
So you've looked at those 4 things. Then the next thing you need to do is if the price that the house is being listed seems too good to be true.
Yeah.
Then it
okay. It's not.
Okay.
It's probably not being true.
Okay.
So you need to make sure. So does your gorgeous home that you're looking at seem like a bit of a unicorn with its bargain price tag? It's much lower than comparable listings in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that should be that should set off
A
warning bells for you. Yes,
Right.
like why? If everything else is so expensive, why is this one cheap?
Yeah.
Maybe it's haunted. For all you know,
We have a couple of stories like
Yes,
that around Lusaka, so you never know.
Right.
So the first thing you need to look at here is the location concerns. Okay. So where is the home located? Is it behind train tracks? So every so often you're going to have a train going around, that kind of thing. Or if it's too close to the airport, then you're going to have that noise pollution.
Yeah.
Every few hours, planes taking off and landing,
Maybe
and
even bars. Lots of
yes, exactly. Yeah, no, but that's true. That's true.
Of all things,
That's what comes to mind.
Planes,
She thinks of the bar. Always.
Just saying. Just when you're about to sleep, then
they wake up, right? Yeah. So look out for those things, and then also speak to the neighbors, and find out, because you may see that your house, seems to be beautiful and everything, and then there's a wall dividing you and the next house. Maybe the house next door to you could even be a home for people with interesting activities.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
So find out how often the cops are called to that house, for example, because it could mean that there are very, very interesting things happening. In that house, which would not be good for you. Yeah. I mean, I had a neighbor once, and initially when they moved in, I thought to myself, what do these people do? Because first they were very noisy, and then there would be like lots of alcohol being taken, and just things.
It was a party every day.
It seemed like, So I was like, oh my goodness, who has moved into the neighborhood? But eventually we got to know them, and they were not as bad as I suspected. So maybe I was the problem, Yeah.
Right.
And then the next one is neighborhood changes.
Okay.
find out what's going to happen, what kind of development is likely to happen in your neighborhood in the next few months or the next year or two. Okay, I'll tell you something here. I know of someone who lives in Makeni, and they've lived there for almost 30 years.
Okay.
And initially they lived opposite a bush area. Now there's a factory opposite their house. You know,
Wow,
you know,
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, obviously that's a little
ish.
bit way in front, but
Yeah.
it's now with lots of development going on nowadays. I mean,
You
you
never
find
know what
malls
comes.
coming up in neighborhoods.
Strange
You know,
places.
yeah. So you just find out because you know you might want to be looking out.
I do hope that it's easier to tell also like in the Zambian setup because
You
of
know
this
what I
mix
mean?
sometimes
Yes,
it's-
yeah.
it's
It
a
can be
little
difficult,
challenging
yeah.
to know what's going to be
What's
put
going
up.
to happen? Yeah.
But maybe if you're going to have a piece of land in the outskirts, make sure that you get a relatively big piece of land.
Yeah.
So that if any development
any-
happens,
It's
it's
a little
not right
further
in your
apart.
face.
It's
Yeah,
right.
it's not
Right.
right in your face. Yeah.
Right in your face.
But also, if you're checking, like let's say you're in town, I mean, we've seen developments coming up nowadays and people protesting about malls coming up in certain neighborhoods, which, as far as they knew initially, these were residential neighborhoods, and now a mall is being put up, you know. So you can find out from the city council or, you know,
Yeah.
from the planning section and see if anything like that is likely to happen. And also, if you're moving
That's a
into,
very interesting
yeah,
point.
and if you're moving,
Yeah.
you know, there's lots of areas which are coming up now.
Yeah.
So you can find out, or at least bear in mind, like you've said, Dario, that look, one day, if I'm going to move into an area which is undeveloped and more people are likely to come,
yeah.
we will have some kind of shopping center.
Yeah.
So, as Dario says, instead of getting a little 1 acre, get 5 or 10 acres. And then that way, when they do bring their shopping center, it won't be
It's further.
into, it will be further away from
I'm
you.
thinking about my own area where I've lived for a while. Though it's the opposite, like Charleston, because it's already set up. I've
Right.
not seen any developmental activities, you know, for years. The roads have been what they've always been. You know?
Well, I think that's why you need to check out if your neighbor is going to be the owner
At
of the
least-
bar.
At least Salama seems to be having a facelift. People are no longer being clothed in dust.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yeah.
mud.
Yes,
yeah,
in the
it's
streets
true,
and
yeah.
So, but it's good to see those
Yeah.
development.
But you know, in the same vein, look at where I live in sort of Charleston area as well. I live behind Waterfalls Mall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
when I
Oh, yeah,
moved there
that
3
place.
years ago, there was no mall.
It was
If
bush.
yeah, yeah, you
There
know.
was just that
There was
industry
an
there.
open area,
Yeah.
and then Fine Garden City was being built. We knew it was coming. Okay, in a way, we did know that Waterfalls was coming, but it was like very quiet.
Oh,
Yeah.
A bit, but now it's
Full of
traffic.
activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's the music place in the on Friday evening. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
It's so good. Yeah.
So not early nights for you on Friday.
No, you know you're acclimatized.
Yeah,
yeah. You just
just-
shut them out because otherwise you might as well go and join them. Yeah. So the next thing after that is when you're making your offer, please keep cool.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
we can take a
We
break.
can take
and
a
then
quick break and then we'll
pick
come
up
back, yeah,
on a couple
after
of
the
things.
break.
Yeah, so remember, you can actually listen to us on Radio Christian Voice on the following frequencies. If you're in Lusaka, it's 106.1 FM. Livingston and Indola, it's 98.9 FM. Kapiri Poshi, 101.1. Kitwe, 105.3. And of course, we do get to as far as Solwayzia, 106.5. But Cholwe, online as well.
Yes, that's www.rcvoice.co.zm.
Alrighty.
So you can listen at any time from anywhere.
Okay, we'll take a break.
Stay tuned. 7:48 is the time here on Radio Christian Voice, and thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Smart Money Show. Joining us, we have Ingrid in the studio, and we are talking about you ended on keeping calm.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you make an offer for a house.
For a
If
house,
you're
yeah.
thinking of getting a house.
Yes. Yes, we are talking about things you need to know when you're buying a new home. So the first thing we talked about is that you need to inspect the home.
Yeah.
So you
Right.
must do a home inspection, look at the roof, the boiler, the
geyser.
geyser, the basement, and termites.
Termites,
Look
yeah.
out for termites. And then the next thing we talked about was make sure that the price when it's listed, it's not too good to be true.
Right.
And warning signs can be the location concerns and also possible neighborhood changes as time goes on. So the next point we're going to talk about now is keeping cool when making an offer for the house.
This should be tapped.
This one,
now.
yes. Don't be excitable.
Don't be too excited.
Or looking too desperate.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know, just keep your cool. Show them that you know what you're about, you know.
Okay.
So the offer price, remember, does not work like an auction, okay? You can't see what other people have offered, so nobody's going to tell you going one, going twice. No. There won't be a starting price. All you have to do is to offer what you can manage. Okay, and then remember that it can also move very fast. That's number one. The offer price can move very fast in the sense that you may only have a few days after viewing the house to make an offer on the property.
Oh yeah.
So during this period, your emotions may be high because you're trying to think, is this the right place? You know, do I have enough money? Should I see another house? You know how it is when you're looking, when you're shopping. Today you decide on this one. Tomorrow you see another one which seems to be better. So you may get a bit confused during that time. So what you need to do is that just keep calm during that period.
Okay.
Yeah. And then bidding wars can happen. In as much as it's not an auction, you may make an offer. I mean, we've seen that even with rentals in Lusaka. Today you go there, somebody has said they're going to charge you so much for their apartment. You go there and you tell them, okay, I want to make an offer, but let me just go and get my money. I'll see you at 17 hours when I knock off work. You go there, somebody came. Somebody came with money, yes, and they've paid it. So the same thing can happen with the house as well when you're buying it. So somebody may make a higher offer than what you've given, but if it's more than what you can afford, do not get into the bidding war. Okay, because this is about smart money.
So don't stretch yourself.
Do not stretch yourself beyond what you can afford. So if somebody else comes along and outbids you, let them go. Okay. Because you do not want to stretch yourself. You do not want to be stressed. I mean, what you're doing is making a smart money decision. And before you get there, you know, this is how much I have in my pot, and this is what I can manage. And looking at all the other, because there are other bills which come along with buying a house. You know, you've got your land transfer taxes, you've got your lawyer fees, and all those kind of things. So when you look at that and you see that, look, even if I want this house so badly, I really cannot manage it, then let it go.
But what if
something else will come along?
What if, Ingrid, you have the option of getting, you know, we've been talking about the 150,000 kwacha.
Yes.
You know, just if you have the ability to do that, just to top up on what you have and to get a particular property, can you go to Cavmont Bank?
Yes, you can come to Cavmont. Yes, definitely. If you're a Cavmont customer and you meet the terms and conditions, and you see that, look, I've got this mortgage, which will help me which will let me buy the house. But now when I look into, I see all the other other fees that come along with that, and Cavmont has the 150,000 personal loan. Yes, unsecured loan. When you are a salaried employee, a salaried person, because it's against the salary. So that one, then you can definitely come to Cavmont and say, look, I need 150,000 kwacha, and they look at your application, and as long as you meet the quotas, you will definitely be given that money, and you can go and make your payments that you need to make.
Okay.
So the next point after that is, you know, buying a home, in as much as it may seem it's Ingrid who has to buy a home, it's Ingrid who has to apply for a mortgage, it's Ingrid who needs a top-up of the 150,000 kwacha, it's actually a team event, or can be, It can be a team event. There are a number of people who you can work with, who can help you to buy your home.
So it's not a one-man show.
It's not a one-man show.
Right.
The first person that can assist in that is the real estate agent. Okay. The real estate agent can give you advice, can tell you, the places where the homes which are being listed. Okay. The next person is a real estate lawyer. Okay, the real estate lawyer, this is almost somebody who you can describe as your defense on your team.
Right.
Okay, they are the ones who will do behind the scene works, like reviewing the agreement of the purchase and sale. They'll conduct a title search for you, and they'll make sure that the property is free from liens. Okay, and they also make sure that they'll calculate the land transfer taxes for you. And finally, might even be the ones handing you the keys to the house after they've made sure that everything is okay. Okay. The third person on your team will be Cavmont Bank, your banker.
There you go.
Yes,
There you go.
will be your banker.
Yeah.
We are the ones who will provide the mortgage that you need. We'll also be the ones who provide you with the top up that you need as well. And so all the things that you need to do. The banker, in terms of the financing, the banker will be also a part of your team.
Right.
After you're done with that, you also do not forget the home inspector. The home inspector is very, very important for all the things that we listed when we just started.
Right.
They'll come and look at the home and make sure you get the best deal
Right.
for yourself. They'll look at everything that needs to be sorted out. And they can also help you to budget for costly repairs in the future, because they'll look at the house and they'll tell you, fine, this is okay, that needs to be worked on. Then they'll they'll say, let's just say you have to pay 200,000 for your house. So they'll tell you need to budget for an extra 250, or sorry, an extra 50,000, because you're going to have to make these repairs later on.
Right.
So you do that, and they also add on for you. And then of course the appraiser. The appraiser comes in and tells you that, yes, your house may be listed as being for 400,000, but it's actually worth 250,000 kwacha. So they'll appraise the house for you, and then you'll know. And then you can make a decision to say, okay, so my house is really worth 250. Do I want to pay that much extra because I like the way it looks? Just because I like the way it looks. You can make that decision thereafter. Your insurance broker. That's a very, very important person.
Yeah, it really takes a team, to pull this off.
It takes
well.
a team to pull it off. So do not go into it thinking I'm all alone. These are all people that you can use that can help you to make a very, very good smart money decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so remember you can catch us every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Radio Christian Voice. Obviously, those that are watching on YouTube, you can do that. And remember the frequencies: 106.1 for Lusaka, 98.9 for Livingston and Indola, Kapiri Mposhi 101.1. Kitwe 105.3 and Solwezi 106.5 FM. You can always stream live at www.rcvoice.co.zm. Ingrid, details, any other details?
Yes, definitely. You can go to our Facebook page at Cavmont Bank. And you can talk to us there on the page itself. You can inbox us if you have any other questions for us, or you have any questions, or you just want to add on some comments. We'll get back to you. You can also call us on 3333 on your Airtel and MTN lines. You can also call us from your Zamtel line on 0800 100 3333. You can also go to our website. Okay, our website is www.cavmont.com.zm. There you can find out all the information that you need to know about Cavmont. I know it's been a while that we've talked about the Cavmont money reports, the CMR.
But
we've almost forgotten. But every day
Yeah.
it's posted on our website, so you can just go there. And then if you want to receive it in your mailbox, we send it out every day at 06 in the morning. You can just give us your email address. You know what the rates are, or at least what they were the previous day. And always remember, they're actually indicative rates.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to get a confirmation, you can just get in touch with us on the lines which I've just advised.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, 7:30 to 8 hours, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Fridays.
Yes, indeed. Ingrid, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for this very helpful information.
Exactly.
Yes.
When you're buying your home, just refer to this topic.
And
Oh, yeah.
go to Cavmont Bank for more information.
Right.
7:58 is the time here on Radio Christian Voice. The news comes on at 8. Stay tuned.